matter, but it reflects the trust deficit. I want to bring in Dr. Lahariya because you wrote a recent article and you've been tracking this. You seem to believe that the only way out now is a single global tender. But is it too little, too late even for that? The fact is, we are now at the moment going to get vaccines in dribs and dabs. We're going to get Sputnik, which will come in and start production from next month. Some states have already procured vaccines through Sputnik starting in June. We'll have another lot which will come in through Serum, 11 crores and 5 crores through Bharat Biotech, expected by the end of the month. What do we rely on? Domestic manufacturers ramping up, Dr. Lahariya, or this single large global tender, or both?
So Rajdeep ji, the power of single global tender we have heard yesterday only. Till now we were hearing that there is no spare capacity with the Pfizer, BioNTech and Moderna to supply vaccine to any country in the year 2021. But with India showing the interest, they have shown that up to 50 million shots can be available to the country, and that is exactly the power of single purchaser. In this context, I want to make 4 quick points in 2 minutes, sir. One, that it is a completely wrong policy to allow or to make a state to purchase vaccine because the states governments do not have sufficient experience in purchase of the vaccines. We know that the health department of the most of the Indian states have no previous experience of purchasing the vaccine. If there is one particular division in the health department which is really weak, is a procurement and supply division. So making them to buy vaccine in a mid-pandemic is definitely not the right step.
Okay.
But 3 other things are there. One, asking state when there are 2 manufacturers and expecting states to purchase vaccine will bring inefficiency, because 2 manufacturers and 30 buyers essentially means the manufacturer will sell the vaccine at the higher cost, and each of the Indian state would end up paying far higher than what central government would have paid.
Right.
Now we know that the cost is transferred to the state government, but ultimately it's a government money, whether it's coming from central government or state government. So effectively government is ending up paying far higher than what a central purchasing could have done.
Okay.
Another part is inequity. We already know that if this kind of policy is followed, where there are 3 different prices, private sector gets the vaccine, essentially the richer states are more likely to get the vaccine, the private sector or people who can get the vaccine, but those who actually need the vaccine may not get the vaccine. And final part, this is very crucial. Now, it is difficult to understand that what is the objective of states purchasing the vaccine. Like if it is increasing the number of buyers, so the manufacturers will increase the production. So the economic principle, and many of the people are saying that it will increase the competition, which will result in the increased availability of vaccine. But if it is the short-term goal, then we know that the vaccine manufacturing is not a short-term objective. It takes many months and require a lot of supplies or ingredients to be procured. So vaccine manufacturing cannot be scaled up through competition in short term. So that goal cannot be achieved. If it was a long-term goal to increase the vaccine production through such kind of competition, then you don't want to do that in the pandemic period. That's a really wrong policy to do competition in pandemic period if it's a long-term goal. So on many accounts, this is not the right step.
This is not the right step.
The final point is that it's never too late to take the right decision. It is still time that decision should be reconsidered and a single purchaser approach should be followed.
That's what I want to take to you, Mr. Trivedi. Why stand on prestige? The government of India can course correct. Today, the time has come to recognize that the existing policy is not working. Getting states to compete with each other in the midst of a pandemic is the worst thing you can do. This is the time for the center to go back to simple policy. Sujata Rao and Dr. Lahariya, who are not politicians, are also pleading for it. Go back to the original policy. Centralized procurement.
Rajdeep, I'm really not surprised but quite shocked that after giving you all the explanation, which I also did, Dr. Paul did, this argument has no basis. It's very simple. Government of India is not sitting quietly. All the states you go, no. Government of India has already augmented the COVID shield and co-vaccine from 1 crore to 10 crores and COVID shield to 11 crores, and Sputnik is coming. As far as government of India is concerned, our foreign minister is today speaking to President Biden's official aides. So Indian government is not sitting idle.
No, I'm sure it's not sitting. I agree it's not sitting, but it's not sitting idle after waters come to the nose.
Just finish, please.
Let's be clear.
This is not fair.
Okay, go ahead.
Rajdeep, it's not fair. You have to allow me to finish.
Please go ahead.
So, as far as the state is concerned, it is not a policy declared by the government of India. It is only the state wanted that freedom. That freedom was given. That was not a policy. It was just a freedom given. At the same time, Government of India is doing their work. All the ministers today don't even sleep for 2 hours. Have some faith. Economically today, India is the strongest state power, one of the best in the world, with $6 billion of foreign exchange. The food reserve is priced than what you need. So don't